Imagine owning a multi-million-dollar mall and still being treated like a threat just for existing. That's exactly what happened to Marcus Ellis, a man who walked through his own property, only to be humiliated, harassed, and profiled. But today, karma was about to hit different. Marcus Ellis pulled into the parking lot of Willow Creek Mall in his brand new black Tesla. He wore a simple black hoodie, dark jeans, and sneakers, nothing flashy, just comfortable. To everyone else, he was just another shopper on a Sunday afternoon. But what they didn't know was that Marcus was the silent majority owner of Willow Creek Mall, a purchase he made only 6 months earlier through a private investment group. His dream had always been to create a safe, welcoming space for everyone, especially for young black entrepreneurs who often face discrimination in retail spaces. Today, he was just here to secret shop, to observe how his tenants and staff were treating customers, unnoticed. Or so he thought. Marcus had barely walked 20 feet into the mall when he noticed a security guard eyeing him suspiciously. The man, stocky, red-faced, maybe in his late 40s, stood stiffly near the food court. He pressed his hand against the walkie-talkie on his shoulder, mumbling something while staring directly at Marcus. First, Marcus ignored it. He had dealt with mall security tough guys before. He wasn't about to let it ruin his mood. But as Marcus browsed a pop-up art stand, he felt a presence behind him. "Can I help you?" the security guard asked. No smile, no warmth. Marcus smiled politely. "No thanks, just looking." The guard narrowed his eyes. "You're acting suspicious. I'm going to have to ask you to move along." People nearby turned their heads. Shoppers whispered. The air grew thick with tension. Marcus raised an eyebrow. "Suspicious? I'm shopping, like everyone else." The guard stepped closer. "I'll be the judge of that. Show me some ID. Now." Marcus's hands trembled slightly, not with fear, but with controlled anger. He reached for his wallet, pulled out his driver's license, and handed it over. The guard snatched it from his hands, inspecting it like it was a fake. "Marcus Ellis," the guard read out loud mockingly. "And what are you doing here, Mr. Ellis? You casing the mall? Waiting for your little friends?" The accusation stung. A mother pulled her child closer. A teenage boy pulled out his phone to start recording. The humiliation wasn't private anymore. It was public. "I'm just shopping," Marcus repeated, his voice steady. "I don't appreciate being harassed." The guard smirked. "Then maybe you should shop somewhere you belong. Shop somewhere you belong." Those words echoed in Marcus's ears like gunfire. A storm brewed behind his calm eyes. Before Marcus could respond, a soft voice cut through the tension. "Is there a problem here?" asked a well-dressed woman in a navy blue blazer, Cynthia, the mall's on-site general manager. The guard turned and puffed out his chest. "Just handling a suspicious individual." Cynthia's sharp eyes flicked from Marcus to the guard. Her face paled when she recognized Marcus. "Mr. Ellis," she said quickly, stepping forward. "I'm so sorry. I didn't realize." The guard blinked in confusion. "You know this guy?" Cynthia swallowed hard. He's the owner." The color drained from the security guard's face. His hands fumbled with Marcus's license as he quickly tried to hand it back. I didn't know," he stammered. Marcus took his ID back calmly, but the authority in his voice was unmistakable now. "And if I weren't the owner?" Marcus asked quietly. "Would you have treated me any differently?" The guard had no answer. Shoppers were still watching. Some were recording. The narrative had flipped, and the guard was exposed. Cynthia immediately pulled the guard aside, speaking to him in hushed but furious tones. Marcus could have fired the man on the spot, but instead he made a different decision, one that would leave a lasting impact. He climbed onto a nearby bench and called out, loud enough for the small crowd to hear, "Everyone, if I can have your attention for a moment." Shoppers turned toward him, curious. "My name is Marcus Ellis. I am the principal owner of Willow Creek Mall." A murmur rippled through the crowd. "And today," he continued, "I was racially profiled by someone who was supposed to protect all of you." The guard shifted uncomfortably, trying to blend into the background. This mall was built on the dream of fairness, a place where everyone feels welcome, no matter what they look like. He paused. But dreams don't survive without accountability. So today we make changes. Cynthia nodded grimly beside him. I'm instituting a mandatory racial sensitivity and de-escalation training for all mall staff and security. Immediately. Anyone who fails the training, they're gone. The crowd applauded. Marcus turned to the guard. Not with hatred, but with a firm lesson in his voice. And as for you, you're suspended pending review. I suggest you start thinking hard about what kind of man you want to be. 2 weeks later, Marcus returned to Willow Creek Mall. The atmosphere was different, lighter, more welcoming. The new security guards greeted shoppers with smiles instead of suspicion. Store owners proudly displayed signs that read, "Diversity welcomed here." And the old guard? He wasn't fired yet. Instead, he had been demoted and placed on probation, undergoing an intensive education program Marcus personally approved. One afternoon, as Marcus sipped coffee in the food court, the former guard approached him nervously. "Mr. Ellis," he said, voice rough, "I just wanted to say thank you." Marcus looked up, curious. "I didn't get it before," the man continued, eyes downcast. "But I do now. I was judging people without even realizing it." "I'm sorry." Marcus stood up and extended his hand. "Change starts with acknowledgement," he said simply. They shook hands. Two men from two worlds, finally seeing eye to eye. Prejudice often hides in plain sight, unnoticed by those who benefit from it, painfully obvious to those who endure it. But when injustice is confronted with courage, it doesn't just expose ugliness. It plants the seeds for real change. Marcus's story reminds us, respect is a right, not a privilege. Judging a person by their appearance reveals far more about you than it ever does about them. True power lies not in domination, but in transformation.